Hello everyone, in the previous videos we have learned some formal definitions of null hypothesis. In this class I am giving a clarity on how null hypothesis is to be assumed to the given problem. Null hypothesis is always denoted by H naught, we know that, is stated as null to the given statement about a population parameter, any parameter, that is population mean. That statement is assumed to be true. Here some facts about null hypothesis. The first fact is null hypothesis is a very useful tool to test the significant difference. The second fact is null hypothesis may assume no relationship or association between two variables in the given problem. Third one is null hypothesis is a starting point while testing the given hypothesis. Suppose we will test whether the value stated in the null hypothesis is likely to be true. One more fact is that fact should be keep in mind that the only reason we are testing the null hypothesis is because of we think or we assume it is wrong. This is the reason to test the null hypothesis, because of we assume it is wrong. Here there are a few examples how null hypothesis is assigned. Suppose the first example is, does a new teaching method improve teaching skill or learning skill? This is the question given by a researcher. For this question, how null hypothesis is to be taken or assumed? The new teaching method has no effect on teaching skill. That means the average teaching skill is same with the old method. Means there is no difference involved. So for that question, how alternative hypothesis assume? The new teaching method does improve teaching skill. That is, average teaching skill is higher than with the old method. Now coming to the second example, if you want to find out whether extra coaching has benefited the students or not. This is a question given by a researcher. To that question, how null hypothesis would be, the extra coaching has not benefited to the students. That means the average benefited students is because of old method. Means there is no difference. How alternative hypothesis is to be assumed? The extra coaching has benefited the students, that is, the extra coaching has more benefited than usual normal coaching. Remember here, in the first example, while defining the alternative hypothesis is higher what is there, that is greater than symbol. In this example, more means that is also greater than. Coming to third example is, if you want to find out whether a particular drug is effective in curing cancer, that is a researcher question. For that, null hypothesis would be drug is used under experimentation is not effective in curing cancer. For that, alternative hypothesis would be drug is used under experimentation is less effective in curing cancer. Less means less than here. Coming to fourth example here, to test the significant difference between the two samples. For that, null hypothesis would be there is no significant difference between the variation in data of two samples taken from same population, that is sigma 1 is equals to sigma 2. These are the variations means standard deviation. For that, alternative hypothesis would be there is significant difference, that is it can be stated as sigma 1 is not equals to sigma 2. The important fact is you should keep in mind null hypothesis include the symbols is equals to or less than or equals to or greater than equals to signs, whereas alternative hypothesis include the signs not equals to or less than or greater than.